but that's what happened. So we'll be rescheduling that match. It may come after this best of three. It depends on the time and when the teams want to play it. So we'll have more info on that as we go forward. But make sure you stay tuned here to the channel. Follow the channel as well, because that helps us out quite a lot with bringing you guys more content. Also helps you guys out, because you'll know when we go live. So that's pretty handy dandy. Follow Hitbox Live on Twitter and like them on Facebook as well, because they are awesome, and they're letting us put this awesome tournament on for you guys as well. So we hope you're enjoying all of the action. As you said, I'm Stress, alongside me is Metas, and we are in the knife round for the second map here as Wizards lead 1-0.
Yep, this is Fragmaster's map as well.
Oh dear, you've done it again. FM Esports, buddy.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I
I got out of the habit of doing it, but I knew him as that for quite a while as well.
I played on their servers for so long, right? TF2, CSS, and they used to have this intro that was welcome to, fm.co.uk, and I swear to God, it's just stuck in my brain.
It's just ingrained.
It is.
Oh dear.
I actually used to play for their TF2 team for a while, if you can believe that. So again, that's another reason why. Either way, I apologise wholeheartedly. FM Esports against Wizards. And this is FM's map of choice. So we just got done on Mirage, I believe, if memory serves me correctly, that was a 16-13 finish for Wizards. So yeah, FM have got to pick it up right here, right now.
Indeed. It's needs to be done. But, we're getting ourselves into it. I have the feeling FM are going to want CT side. Have the feeling.
Yeah, just a bit of a hunch.
Maybe just a little bit.
I heard from somewhere this map's a bit CT bias.
A little bit.
A little birdie told me.
Maybe.
At one point.
Although, if you've seen certain teams play recently, you'd argue it's T-side. No, I'm joking, but there have been games where I've seen teams take like 10 rounds on T-side because of a massive skill difference, but I don't expect that to happen here.
Especially, if you've seen Dignitas play Nuke, as I'm sure you have, Stress, it's a bit one-sided when they play Nuke.
That was what I was going to say. That was what I was thinking of when I think it was against VP. They took like 8 in a row on T-side, and I was like, hang on, you guys are only meant to be this good on CT, but apparently you're going to do it on
Nuke, though. They're incredibly strong on Nuke. I think
Luckily,
NIP are the only team that's beat them recently on Nuke.
Perhaps actually, that might be a true statement. Luckily, Wizards have been quite slow on the push on this one. Typically, you'll see maybe in the lower ranks just getting it over and done with, get that pistol round out of the way, because T-side definitely aren't going to win anyway. But that's an instant pop around as Lowell comes around the corner, takes out 2. Brilliant shooting by Lowell, takes down the 2 CT, and they can get this onto site and get it planted. It's a hard retake from here.
It will be, and this will give them much needed rounds on T side. Lowell's just picked up another one. He's on his 3rd. He could actually pull off an ace, but moves on Barney. Scumbag is going to take down the kill. Amazing cleans it up. So just the 1 kill for FM Esports in that round, and it's normally on T side. If you can win the pistol round, you're in really good shape.
I don't know how Lowell survived. I think it was Niels coming up behind him and completely catching him off guard. Literally, Lowell just span and just shot him down as fast as possible, and Niels really shouldn't have let him survive on 2 health there, but nevertheless, Wizards play that one a little bit slow, but they are going to go for the boost here up onto Silo, so we'll see whether Flipping can get anybody that's maybe peeking outside a little bit.
Well, it's quite a difficult one for FM here, because you can see they've really thrown all their eggs in one basket on A. And then, Rattlesnake, did you not see Musambani? He was right below you. I am so surprised. I can understand, because whereas Crosshair is, he's looking more for outside. Musambani has managed to snake his way below into around Hell and actually going through ramp. So they're taking ramp, they're getting so much information. They know that FM are more than likely all stacked on A, and therefore B is completely ripe for the taking. It's going to be very difficult for FM to retake the B site if they do rush down here, as they are right now. The only player that stands between Wizards and this free plant is Weber, and he's going to get some information in a few moments when he hears that bomb going down. However, are they going to try and push Toxic? They got the smoke down. There goes the bomb. Webb has called it, and now FM are starting to pounce. They are trying to counterattack this one, but the bomb's already been planted. This is going to be so difficult. Webb is biding his time though, and Toxic for that opportune moment to strike, trying to get a free kill in case one of Wizards goes into Toxic to hide, but no one is. And Webb is kind of useless at this point. I'd like him to play more aggressive.
I think right now, as you said, he's just biding his time. The rest of FM are trying to group around, maybe trying to force Wizards off. Wizards haven't checked Toxic, so I wonder, they're all leaving the site as well. Weber doesn't have a kit, so it's not like he can get too much done here, but that could have been an interesting play there if Weber had had a kit, but it just didn't pay off for them. It was such a good smoke by Wizards that, in the end of all things, maybe it was a little bit risky that they didn't check Toxic, but from that point, not a lot that Weber could have done without exposing himself.
Yep, so this is going to be another eco with a couple P250s and, well, actually just the one P250 and 4 CZs coming up. Whereas you can see Galil, 2 AKs, and a P250 for Wizards, so they're going to be looking to push. Got a grenade going into Hut. Could very well try the fast A push. Niels with the only grenade is going to be going through onto lobby. Does a lot of damage to Mason, who's yet to actually retort. 13 hit points remaining. That was big plays from Niels, and that is going to keep Mason in his place. Not able to do a great deal now. He's going to have to wait for Muzambani once again, who's pushed outside, and no one is watching this. And in actual fact, if Muzambani plays his cards right, he could get a couple of kills in the backside. Hughes has no idea what's happening. Muzambani, look to your right, please. You'll see 2 players down there. There's the first one, gets the headshot, jumps down, gets his second as well. The godlike kill from Muzambani in midair onto Rattlesnake's forehead. Lowell chimes in with a kill as well, and that's going to leave just the 2 remaining for FM Esports.
Weber was boosted all the way onto the yellow tanks there in ramp and couldn't get anything from it. Musambani kind of just snuck in out of his vision range, and now they're down with the plant on lower, and RDL and Niels have got a lot of work to do here, and he can get flipping. Does get one. Can he get a second? No. Lowell will shut him down before he can even get things rolling, and Niels is just gonna wait this out by the looks of things. He's got that CZ, turns the corner, Kyrie is watching up the stairs, takes him down. That's 3-0, but now FM have the money to buy. This is where it gets a little bit more difficult for Wizards. This is now the full buy on the CT side for FM on the CT-sided map.
Yeah, now FM can wake up from their slumber and try and get some much-needed rounds on the board. If they were to lose this round, though, they would be in all sorts of trouble. So Wizards, they got the pistol round, they've converted the next 2 ecos, job done for them. The wallbang coming through. For a second, I thought that Niels had nearly been killed, but actually Rattlesnake lost 40 health. They're doing a lot of damage through the wall here, though. Gary's also ate quite a bit himself, so they're playing this one slow, looking for a potential pick. So far, so good for FM.
So far, so good, but the health lost on Rattlesnake is a little bit of a worry. And as you said, Wizards are playing this one slowly. Rattlesnake is having to be a little bit more risky and push up a long catwalk. Gets flashed out, so he's not confident enough to push all the way out. Doesn't want to go that aggressive. He's waiting for the cross. There's the cross. Meisen does not get taken down by the first shot. The second shot doesn't hit either, and Musambani will make Rattlesnake pay for his position. And now the push is on towards Secret. Smokes come out. Musambani standing on it as it starts billowing smoke out. And Musambani actually team kills Mason at the same time. So a little bit of miscommunication, but Musambani is going to pick up another one for himself. And he seems to be killing everybody this round. Doesn't even matter if it's his own team.
Well, it's incredibly surprising to me that FM have no control outside. And that's why we're seeing Wizards just running rampant. That's another round, 4-0. We're talking before that this is a CT biased map, and so far it looks the complete opposite. That's going to be another eco round coming in for FM Esports. They're staring 5-0 down the barrel of a gun, and this is just brutal to watch, because FM, they lost the first map, it was very close, they desperately needed a good start here, Stress, and it's just not been going their way at all.
It hasn't indeed, and now Wizards 4-0 up. I mean, we talked about that we've seen it when there's a big gap in skill, that it's possible to take a good few rounds on T-side, even though it's CT biased, as you'd expect with any kind of skill gap, but 4 rounds on T-side on Nuke is already a great basis for this map for Wizards. And it doesn't look like they're going to stop there, although Weber has something to say about that. Musambani is getting this position every time. Every round he's gone for it, he's picked it up. And as you said in the previous, the tail end of the previous round, FM have no control of outside on this map at all. And they are getting punished for it every single round. But Musambani gets caught from the side. A little bit of lax of awareness there as Rattlesnake comes through hell. And now FM have a little bit more control. This is much, much better out for them. They're 4-2. They are on the eco, but the map layout does benefit them.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to have to plug a few of those gaps outside. I have to feel if FM want a good off here. But as you say, 4-0, it's a great foundations to build upon. Fair enough, this round's not been going quite as clear sailing for them, but they could still pick this up. The bomb's been planted, so even if they lose, you've got the bomb plant money regardless. Hughes is going to get taken down. Suddenly, Lowell has just spun around, but there's Niels from Hut. 1v2, all on Mason. He's in a precarious position, but he's picked up one. He's very nearly going to get the second, but a much needed round there for FM. They do also have enough time for the defuse, so well played to Niels, and maybe that's the beginning of some awesome comeback as we saw. Maybe it's going to be a role reversal actually from Mirage, and we saw FM, there we go, FM Esports, take a 7-0 lead and then go 8-7 behind at half time. Maybe this is where they bounce back.
You're just showing your age, Vince.
I know. What's wrong with me, dude?
Okay, so what's not wrong with you, but what's wrong right now with FM is they need to take control of the outside. We said that before. Rattlesnake needs to get this AWP working for him. He's been playing that aggressive spot on Catwalk in the previous rounds, but are Wizards going to let him get anything from that? Because look at this, they're all being hidden from outside, and Lowell already gets RDL through Squeaky, and that is not the start of the round that FM needed. We said they didn't have control of outside. They clearly didn't have control of inside that time either.
And you can just see that Musabani is loving this. He is just spreading his wings and he's going wherever he pleases, looking at Secret right now. And unbeknownst to him, no one's actually there. But still, the fact that he's on red container and not being contested whatsoever is music to his ears. And this is allowing them to probe other sites, to probe other positions, get as much information as possible, and then make an informed decision afterwards. Hughes is dropping into vents, so obviously they have a feeling that maybe Wizards are going to push down Secret. Nice shot from Rattlesnake. So taking a more deep approach, watching the outside cross. He does get his man finally. This could be the start of something special. Now going to be rotating towards ramp. Can hear a bunch of players to his right hand side. Picks up another one. Really nice stuff from Rattlesnake. And FM, they got a chance right now as he ascends to heaven. Ooh, Hughes from behind. He probably should have had that kill. I feel that could come back to haunt them. That was free.
Ooh, Rattlesnake didn't get it either, but the AWP from there, trying the no-scope, couldn't quite get it. Weber can beat Kyrie to the punch, turns around, got damage down onto Mason, but wasn't enough. He's the only man remaining, though, with that bomb. He's going to sit in window as the round times out. Didn't have enough time. And that will be FM taking their second round, and that was a little bit better. I kind of want to say that Rattlesnake still... I don't want to use the word lucky, because Musambani was looking in the wrong spot. It was just a case that there wasn't chance for Musambani to answer it. I still think Rattlesnake had it from his positioning, and still would have been able to contest, but it was a far easier kill than Musambani really should have given him for him, because Musambani had so much to check, looked up at Catwalk, looked towards Hell, just so happened he looked away from Catwalk at just the wrong time, and Rattlesnake took his head off, then followed it up with another kill, but you know, that's what they needed, and now Rattlesnake's feeling a lot more confident. He's pushed out to outside.
Yeah, I think that's a double effect, though. Also, they assume it's an eco round, so he feels safe to now push out. He's picked up... Oh my goodness, that second shot was sublime and very nearly got the third, but there's some Barney out scoping an AWP with an AK-47 to the face. That is impressive play by anyone's standards. That's going to bring it back to a 3-on-3. Fair enough, Chiari only has a P250. But still, it's all even on manpower. 45 seconds remaining. 2 players on silo are going to be dropping to main roof. From here on out, they could very well go into A. They could potentially pop down and have a look at Secret. In actual fact, they're going to be boosting onto Catwalk. Chiori failed that one. He's going to actually lose a bit of his health as a result, as punishment. But this is very close and very tense, Stress.
And breaks his shins on the drop. Only took 8 health. I'm a little bit surprised on that one. But slowly up the ladder he goes. Finds RDL. RDL finds the kill. Musambani's going to push in. RDL and Niels will finish off the last 2 members of Wizards. So, platform built by Rattlesnake at the beginning of that round got finished by the rest of his team. But Rattlesnake, that was a good start. That's what he needed. That is what the team needed to begin that round. Because those 2 early picks were crucial. And as you said, I think they were expecting the eco on that one.
Yep, and now that they are more than likely guessing that the full buy-up is coming, you can see again, he's moving back into the same position. He's going to hang around Heaven/Hell and try and shoot across, and seems to be paying off the last few rounds. So hopefully, for FM's perspective, they can start to chain a few more rounds together. Now Rattlesnake is actually starting to move back around. He's guessing that somebody's on the silo. Unfortunately for him, they're not. The Wizards are actually, again, they're probing. They're just hanging around lobby. They're still on T-roof. They're trying to get a pick and then convert that into a push. But there's Hughes, actually, on top of Catwalk. They'll be shutting Mason down as he pushes through Squeaky. Flipping. He's also going to be lurking around lobby alongside Lowell. But they've not committed to anything. And this is the problem on Nuke for Tees. It feels very claustrophobic. It's difficult to push because everything is basically a bottleneck. They picked up 2, though, out of nowhere. As for some reason, Niels gets itchy and he wants to push and he gets punished completely for that one. And suddenly, in the blink of an eye, it's turned from a 5v4 into a 4v3 in Wizards' favour. And they're now re-rotating towards Hut.
Flipping is very low here, but have they sold that it's a lower push? They can't have yet because Weber is down on the point. So they have enough information to know they don't need to... That grenade... Hughes, just with a magic grenade. Weber picks up another as well. So even though they were down the numbers, they've got it down to just Kyrie. Rattlesnake AWP in hand. Gets it.
Nails it and brings it back to 4-4. So very reminiscent deja vu from Mirage. Was that a derp pick? They just went for an MP7. MP9. Weird.
They've
Either
thrown
way,
it away.
They have enough. They have enough to buy up anyway afterwards.
Well, it's all even here. Although you'd be forgiven for thinking that Wizards with 4 rounds already would be a tough spot for FM. But this is Nuke, so, you know, any rounds that T-Side can get, you know, as long as you're getting more than about 4 rounds, you're in a good position for your CT half. But you mentioned claustrophobic in the last round. There's the flash coming out from Rattlesnake. Oh, we have the luxury of X-Ray. That's 4 members of Wizards that have already got down secret. And Rattlesnake would have given the information that he knew there was a 1 or 2, but there's a big number of Wizards that have already pushed down.
Yeah, exactly. And they're already starting to take all of the positions and they are ready to plant that bomb. You can see FM don't seem to really know right now. Hughes, Niels are still on the A side. You got a player as well that will be on Catwalk, and Weber coming round just at the perfect time. Lowell is going to go for the plant. In fact, faking it out, trying to draw out some players. Weber's dropping to ramp right now, so they're trying to encircle this one. Flippin will get the headshot. Weber comes back round. Flippin with his double. The vents are his. He is stamping his authority. Mason chimes in with a kill. There's Weber from the side, however. Now Muzambani all by his own. It's a 1v2 situation. Weber's picked up 3. Can he go one better for the 4? There's Muzambani. Takes down Weber. But RDL with the crossfire. And that was a really horrible position for Muzambani to be in. I feel kind of sorry for him. He had 1 player to his front, 1 player to his back. He did his best. That's going to be the 5th round in a row to FM.
It was a product of too many fakes by Lowell. Lowell went for the fake plant, had already got FM reacting to it. Tried to fake plant again, cancelled the plant and tried a 3rd time to actually plant it and stayed planting. And it just meant that FM had enough time that Lowell was caught bomb in hands, no gun. And as he looks up, just instantly gets taken out. And from there, the numbers advantage was just in FM's favour. And they finally take their controlling round on this, 5-4 up now. If they can hold Wizards at 4 rounds, I think FM will feel like they've gotten away with this, because it was a rough start for them.
4 rounds still isn't terrible, though, for Wizards, so if they can win 1 or 2 more rounds, they're going to be very happy with this side. And that's what we were talking about before, with the solid foundations. Rattlesnake will peek, and he does get the kill as well. I think he noticed there was another player there on top of that in form of Muzambani, so see him peeking again a few more times. Muzambani, please don't peek it, and he gets nailed as well from Rattlesnake, who is living up to the name right now. 3 players remaining on Wizards, and FM's positioning this time around is much better. Rattlesnake very nearly gets his 3rd, unfortunately slightly whiffing the aim. Did he realise that 2 players went down ramp? Maybe not. He's still peeking the ramp, so in actual fact, Wizards could push B very quickly here.
I believe it's Weber playing out of window, though, is going to be able to spot the bomb on site. Kyrie drops him, but now it's down to Kyrie alone to get the bomb plant, and there's FM closing in on him. He already takes down Hughes, though. It was a little bit mistimed, but Rattlesnake comes through the door. Kyrie did a good job to take down 2 there. A little bit of mistiming by FM Esports.
Rattlesnake again leading by example. 9 kills, 6 deaths. You've got Weber, though, stepped up his game to a very high extent with 10 and 7, and Lowell 12 and 6 for Wizards. So by and large, everyone is carrying the burden, trying their best to get their team ahead. 6-4, 6 rounds in a row to FM Esports. We've seen them do this before, and then we've seen them go horribly behind. Hughes can pick up the first. Rattlesnake looking at Squeaky. There are going to be players pushing out here. Slightly a miss there with the shot. That's going to be Kyrie taking down RDL. Rattlesnake will secure himself a kill, and this is a 2v3. But every time Wizards lose, they're still picking up 2 or 3 kills, and that's still doing economic damage to FM Esports. However, though it doesn't look good, Stress. This looks like it's a 7-4.
Does look like it. We'll see what they aim for here. They're going to go for a very late boost up on to Silo here. Just going to try and take a look at what's outside. Maybe angle themselves around in for a drop into main or walk across catwalk. But to be honest, they've got a mountain of a task. There's already players down on lowers, and Rattlesnake's going to be just in time. Oh, the bomb gets dropped right into Rattlesnake's clutches. Doesn't even have to peek this, but he feels he can 1v1 Lowell here. Lowell will drop. Rattlesnake managed to take that. Lowell will drop Rattlesnake. I got a little bit confused by there was a bit of lag there on GoTV. I hope that wasn't on the server, as it was a crucial time for that. Lowell angles his way into A site. Weber pops up the vents. Gets the kill.
So 7-4 now the scoreline to FM Esports. Buy coming into effect for Wizards. Running out of ideas. We've seen them push outside plenty of times. They got a lot of reward for that. But now Muzambani, because Rattlesnake is starting to find a bit of form, is not challenging him anywhere near as much. And he's not able to just kind of waddle his way outside and have nobody contest him. And that's something you mentioned, something I mentioned as well. He had no control over outside. That's completely changed now. Rattlesnake, somewhat of an overlord out there, is land. Now, that's also freeing up the rest of their team, though, Stress. Because Rattlesnake's locking down outside, everyone else feels much more comfortable in their positions.
Yeah, it's interesting, actually. They've swapped things up this time, and it's Rattlesnake playing on ramp, looking for the pick. He's just, I believe, he's not going to see anybody because they're worlds away. Niels will pick up 1. Kyrie drops him as well, as now Hughes is shutting down Lowell. Bomb has gone down on A. RDL out through main. Weber picks up a 2nd and a 3rd. It's 2 for Weber overall, but that isn't easy to fuse from FM, and they've started to tighten things up. They've tightened up outside, even with the change up on players. They've really started coming back into this.
Gotta say, FM, if you take the first 4 rounds that they played on the CT side, and then the next 4, completely different, almost mirror opposites, it's incredible to me that they look so shaky. Outside was an issue, ramp wasn't even that secure either, and now suddenly everything's locked down. And you can see that Wizards, they're running out of ideas. They're playing slow, they're trying to get picks, But FM, to their credit, are not peeking. They are not giving anything away. Weber's on fire. He does actually get the smoke shot onto Chiari there through ramp. So he moves on 14 and 7, exploding into this map. And Wizards again, they're just caught in two minds. Do we or don't we? Do we go all in? Do we push a bomb site? Or do we try and get a couple picks and then translate that into a round? And in doing so, they're not really doing anything.
And it's the problem with the T side on Nuke, to be honest, is unless you're convicted and you know your spots and you know that you're already going to get the picks and you get that early lead, it's very difficult. Although Musambani will retake a little bit of that outside control, and maybe now they have the angle on Secret. We haven't seen Musambani look for any of those roaming outside plays that he was doing earlier, just because Rattlesnake has been playing a lot better now. But saying that, FM are slowing down Wizards. There's not a lot that Wizards can actually do here, because every time they turn a corner, there's smokes, there's flashes, everything holding them back. But it's not going to hold back Musambani, because now they have the numbers. Lowell turns the corner, Weber gets taken out, and that is ramp open as well. Hughes wants to try and even this up, but he's very low in vents now, and smokes have gone down onto site. Bomb is going to go down. Niels is going to go down as well. Wizards finally get themselves another round here on this map.
Yeah, 5 rounds on T side with another 2 to go is a really good position to be in. I've got to say, Wizards have a chance here. If they can win another round, they are looking good. And on top of that, 2 for masses for FM Esports. Rattlesnake does have his orb, so it goes without saying this map is pretty CT based. But the reasons why are often not really talked about. I mean, the first one, obviously, is that both the bombs are basically stacked on top of one another. It's very quick to rotate. And also the Ts, with the exception of outside, that's very easy to just AWP down and lock down with smokes and flashes, are very close claustrophobic environments, bottlenecks. You have to tunnel in, you have to stack up, and in doing so, you're ripe for the taking from grenades. So put them two together, very CT bias.
Indeed, and you can see how that's affected the score in most games, but having 5 rounds is typically a good spot to be in. And it's kind of fortunate for Wizards that they managed to pick those rounds up to begin this one, because it would be a very different landscape if they didn't. But they want to continue this winning way. That is 4 kills in quick succession. Weber the only one remaining. And he's going to save this one out. Doesn't really want to try this, although Musambani, well, that was a good shot from Weber, half a map away. Is the box enough cover? Meisen takes him down.
Alright, so Wizards getting 2 in a row now, and 6 rounds on T is really actually quite impressive. If they can go 7, I would pretty firmly say that Wizards have every chance of taking this. And judging by the buy-up right now from FM Esports, this is looking on. 1 assault rifle, a Mag 7, and then pistol upgrades. Wizards should be taking this 8-7, and then if they win the pistol round, they are in prime position to take the second map. And if you have just joined us, they won the first map in this best of 3, so they're in a really good way right now. 65% of people on CSGO Lounge bet for Wizards. Right now, it's looking like it could very well be a safe bet. However, this map's not over just yet. This half is not over just yet. And we have seen before, and the fact that he just actually knifed his own teammate. Mason just got knifed in the back from Lowell. And I have no idea why. Lowell does make amends for that one with a headshot, but that was a bit odd.
I mean, we saw it earlier. Lowell now very low. It gets taken down by RDL, so was already weakened, and it looked like it could have been a good start for Wizards. Now they even things up. Now the push is on. Nobody really is... it's Hughes down on the lower. Where's RDL? RDL outside, Neil still on upper. So there's not enough people here to defend. If Hughes falls here, he gets good damage down onto Musambani. He can't quite finish it. Can't get the job done. Now the bomb is down. Tries to peek through the doors. Kyrie already well hidden. Neil's gonna make that Mag 7 work. And now it's a 2v1. But Flippin is waiting in. Toxic. Doors shut on Niels. Flippin does get taken down, and FM deny all hope of an 8-7 finish.
Alright, well still 9-6 is good. That was a bit of a... I'm not going to say that was a bad round for Wizards, but it was definitely not what they were expecting to happen. And it's fair enough getting the bomb down on B, but if your last player's in Toxic, it's very easy to just kind of smoke him out, as we saw there. basically just wall bang through the doors. You fake him. You have one guy fake the bomb, the other guy cover him. It's pretty difficult situation to come out of. That being said, everything has been role reversed now. You're going to have Wizards on the CT side with FM Toxic picking up the T side. Again, I am curious to see how Wizards are going to go with this one. If anything is to go by Muzambani's play so far, I'm pretty sure that he is going to be their outside player, the AWPer, and he's going to try and lock this down. And in fact, he's just spotted himself 5 FM Toxic players rushing red containers.
Good initial grenade there as well, and I wonder if we can get a poll set up for who our chat think are going to take this map home and take home the best of 3. Remember, Wizards are 1 game up, so that's something to keep in mind. Musambani from heaven is getting good damage down, but it's Weber and Hughes that get themselves on the scoreboard to begin this half. And FM, if they can take the pistol round, it puts them in a good spot here. Should, in theory, buy them a couple more rounds as that kind of cushion, which means they will need fewer rounds left in the half. It's all about building that cushion here on this pistol round.
Is indeed, and they've got the 2-player advantage right now to FM Esports. Wizards coming under the cosh a tiny bit. Rattlesnake throwing out the decoy. He's going to be pushing through regardless. Now let's have a look where Wizards are situated. Mason is in ramp. Lower has just picked up a kill on Niels before Muzambani falls to Weber. So they keep the 2-player advantage. Rattlesnake from the corner does get a beautiful headshot. And Weber picks up the pieces and the scrap. So 10-6, first round to FM Esports. And that could prove to be absolutely critical for them.
Oh man. So this is nothing to do with the game, but you saying under the cosh just made the Welshman and me insanely happy. Most people in chat will have no idea what that means, but as a rugby fan, that's one that Jonathan Davis uses all the time. So you just made me smile, Vince.
I'm glad, dude. I'm glad I could make you smile.
Anytime.
Even if it wasn't my intention, I'm still glad.
It's a good saying, though. Very obscure saying. It's one of those British ones that nobody's going to understand. But
there's probably a lot of people that aren't from England, like, what?
One of these guys chatting. We're just going to start talking in Cockney rhyming slang, but that'd be a hard cast. I'm not very good at it myself either, being a Welshman, but Niels will pick up the first. This is that Armour and CZ buy for a couple of people here on Wizards. We'll see whether they can get the picks that we've seen from them. There's Kyrie getting 1. He pushed up Secret, but look at his health. He is very, very low here, and he's not going to be all that useful unless he can get some kind of angle onto the rest of FM, because pretty much a gust of wind would take him out. Ah, okay. I think Wizards are just going to give this. Which, when you look at their investment in armor and weapons, and the fact that they're on the better side here, means they spend less money next round.
Yeah, definitely. They got a Galil, they got armor on all 4 players, and also a couple of pistol upgrades. So definitely understandable why they'd save this. Going in the 4v4 when Chiari, who has a Galil, only has 2 HP remaining, I mean, that's a no-brainer for me. So they're going to try and bounce back stronger now. CT on this map, and indeed Nuke as a whole, is a very snowballing kind of map that if you get the early momentum swaying in your way, if you get the eco rounds on the opposite team, you can pick up a quick flurry of rounds, 4, 5, 6 and on the bounce. So Wizards are playing for just that. They're going to try and win this round. They're ecoing again, but if they do weaken FM enough, they can try to start to get that ball rolling in the next round.
I'm still smiling at under the cosh. I can't, that's just made my evening. I wish it was me that could have fit that in, but unfortunately I wasn't thinking it at the time. But Kyrie, ooh, if Weber peeks out, it's actually Rattlesnake that's going to open things out. Weber did end up peeking out as well. And we'll see how this save round. Actually, Wizards just used the same weapons as last round, so it was a bit of a save after all, but it means they're a little bit more prepared this round, as Lowell will take down Rattlesnake. It's a couple of members left. It was Flippin that was left, took down Hughes, couldn't survive the round, but they took a good few members of FM with them. And when you look at our poll, 40-60, 60% of our viewers think FM Toxic are going to take this map.
Yep, that is, I think that's about right. I would maybe even say 70%, 75% for FM would be probably slightly better odds, but still, 12-6, they're on arguably the more difficult side. For me, though, they have the momentum behind them. That they had a really strange CT side for by and large the most of it, but then they came out strong at the end, started very strong on tees. However, this is the first buy-up round for Wizards, so let's see if they can buckle down deep and get some kills and get some rounds rolling in their favour. Muzambani is lurking around the garage. He is looking for a pick on Rattlesnake, who is slowly but surely coming round from his right hand, its left hand side, I should say. Although Muzambani gets a beautiful wallbang on Hughes. It actually opened up the round nicely for Wizards. 2 players have gone down. I'm not sure if Muzambani actually heard that one though.
I'm not sure about that either, but Wizards are now in full control of this. Flippin is going to ensure they have control with a nice double kill. And they're looking to secure this ramp. Here comes the push. Flash has come out. That was a sublime flash. Kyrie and Muzambani managed to finish that one off. And you know, that was the round. That was the deal breaker. If you don't get that round, FM, you start letting Wizards back into it. Look at the money. FM are close to being able to afford properly, but they want to get a proper full buy here. They don't want to force buy. There's no need to yet. They have still 5 rounds in the bag. They're going to play this one out for the longer game.
This is what I was talking about before previously when I said if you can get the ball rolling on Nuke, you can get so many rounds in quick succession. And now Wizards are the players with the ball in their court. Esports are just hanging around the lobby. RDL's already been tagged up supremely heavy. They've not even gone for armor. So this is a full-on eco with a couple of pistol upgrades. Kiari has spotted himself. Bunch of players rushing him. He's picked up one. He's going for his second and his third as well. And he gets them all down. Sprays them perfectly. It's against the ecos. You can't go too over the top with that. But still, he got the kills. You can only beat what's ahead of you. And Mason comes in. So the full house of kills for Kiari and Mason. 12-8. Very quick. Very brisk. I'll be happy with that.
Couple of nice flashes in the mix there made sure that Kyrie could get that spray down there. And you can see that Wizards are now just looking for zone control and controlling entrances for incendiary grenades out of the Wizards lineup. And it means they're just going to slow FM into the spot where they have to funnel into those tight spaces. They have to kind of be angled into the positions that Wizards want them. And expect to see the fire start flying anytime they start seeing FM start pushing. Oh, Kyrie gets one through the smoke. Didn't even really need a sight on him there. Knew that somebody could be there. Got the kill.
I'm quite curious though if FM Esports going to be able to pull this one back, as Rattlesnake just picked up 2. So is Hughes. This is massive, absolutely sublime from FM. And in a heartbeat, they've pulled this one right back. Kiari must be wondering what the hell just happened on A. Rattlesnake's on 1 HP. Hughes is on 22%. This is doable from Kiari. Throws out the molly. It's the 1 pound 100%. He's taken Rattlesnake down, but he can't rinse and repeat. So unfortunate. And talk about opportune moments from FM Esports. Absolutely awesome. And that's pulled them right back in this.
I'd love to give some insight onto what happened at that point on that A site, but I was still riding with Kyrie. I was still looking for another pick on radio right as Rattlesnake pushed in, and I guess apologies on that one, guys. Bit of inexperience on my part. I hope you caught it on stream, but nevertheless, I wish I could provide some more insight, but it was a good cleanup, and Kyrie actually managed to take one down at the end, looked right up above him, planned that someone was going to be there. There's RDL falling to flip in as a lot of FM members just rush into Garage and put that pressure on him.
I do wonder how Wizards are feeling right now, because that last round must have stung them quite a bit. They were feeling in charge, they were feeling like nothing could touch them, and then suddenly everything went wrong. See again, FM Esports opting for outside, looking at heaven, looking at hell, and Wizards in turn are actually backing away towards ramp. 4v4, still very close, very tense. Hughes is super low though, on 8%. Really anybody's round. And these are the big clutch rounds as well, Stress, when you've got full buys up on both teams. Kiari has one in, picks up 1, picks up 2, very nearly gets his triple. But there is Hughes once again. He's now finding himself in a 1v3. In fact, it wasn't him, it was Rattlesnake. And it was Hughes that got dropped. So now Rattlesnake is in the 1v3. Does have the vent locked down, but unbeknownst to him, there's a player below him, and Toxic. Oh my goodness! The air shot though from Barney gets sat. Holy crap!
Man, I mean, he could hear. His reactions are clearly good enough to make a shot like that, but he heard him take steps and then stop walking. So 2 options: he was either standing still or he was barreling over. Great reactions to get that shot. That was a fantastic shot.
I don't think Rattlesnake had any idea what just hit him. He was in mid-air, everything was going great, and then boom, 6 foot under. That means they're going to have to eco. And Wizards, they're getting themselves back into this one. They're making a go at this. I have to feel it'll be 13-10 after this round. If they then win the buy-up round that FM are inevitably going to go for, they're right back in this game.
FM are playing their T side very differently to how Wizards were, and you know, there's been a couple of faster pushes out from FM. They've been really kind of blitzkrieging A when they push into it, but you can see that Weber is taking a lot of control of outside over that silo. Nobody really out of Wizards is trying to control it for them, and Kyrie will take down the first with RDL. Lowell gets one for himself. This is an eco, remember, so likely to go the way of Wizards. And it's only Rattlesnake left. He comes through Squeaky. Meisen turns a corner, pops him in the head.
That was a perfect anti-eco as well for Wizards. Didn't lose a single player, didn't take any shots either. Maybe a couple towards the end, but didn't take much health off. They are large and in charge right now. All of the money pretty much being spent up on FM Esports. So if they lose this, they're going to be in dire straits. And considering how Wizards have approached the second half of this CT side, it's going to be a difficult nut to crack from FM. They've got 2 players outside rushing with grenades. Fair enough, they didn't land, but still, they're forcing FM Esports back and to keep a few more steps away. They're not getting through Squeaky either. Weber's trying to come through. There's Musabani opening up. He gets a second kill. He's going to go back for his third. Will he land it? No, he misses it for now. There's Lowell though. Sees Weber go down the vents. Gets the headshot. Beautiful stuff from him. Mason chimes it with his double. Another perfect, flawless round for Wizards. And that is FM Esports in real trouble.
Okay, so Musambani switched it up that round. Had the AWP standing on Catwalk as you saw, and FM were just completely blindsided by it. They weren't expecting it because Musambani dodged the first flash that came over, and FM pushed too quickly off it. They weren't anticipating 2 men playing outside with Musambani in the AWP, and he got 2 quick kills, and from there the rest of Wizards were able to swarm outside and make sure that FM didn't get anything. But look at the fire, look at the shots coming down from Wizards. FM tried that blitzkrieg again, couldn't get it. It was an eco, but 13-12.
They are going to buy back up. Again, we have a game that is going down to the wire. We've been spoilt tonight, Stress. Had the double overtime. Last map was 16-13. And here we go again into familiar territory at 13-12. Anybody's game. I would say, though, that momentum-wise, this game is firmly in the favour of Wizards right now as it stands. And that's especially going to be true as Rattlesnake gets mullered by Musambani. That was just an execution. That is the AWP dead for FM Esports. Musambani now goes up to heaven, going to watch the cross. This is already looking really difficult, I have to say, for FM Esports because they've lost one of their playmakers. Rattlesnake is one of those guys that you can put a lot of faith on to get a pick and then rush into that opening. Unfortunately, with him dead, though, they lack a lot of penetration.
They do. And with 5 members of Wizards still on the board, you can see they've just pulled back. Niels has the AWP that Rattlesnake had, but nobody's peeking anymore. They already know that could be an option, but Wizards are just going to tuck in, and this is what makes Nuke a very difficult map to play T-side, is when CT have this advantage, there's almost no way that T should be able to push in. CT are dug in deep, they're in defensive positions, and they have no reason to peek corners. They're just waiting for FM to run in, and it's so difficult from this spot. RDL's going to try, but doesn't check above him because there's Lowell. Takes one down. Mason takes another. Kyrie. Hughes, however, is going to try and get work done, but I really quickly want to highlight what happened at the very beginning of that with the pick onto Rattlesnake. Rattlesnake got smoked out by Musambani. Musambani knew that if he smokes out and they are playing an AWP, the only spot that he can be is in between the box and the base of silo. And although Musambani is very aggressive into garage, he knows that for a split second he has enough time to pull that shot off, and Rattlesnake fell from it. Really nice knowledge of outside play.
Yeah, those are the small intricacies that make the good players great. And Muzambani has stood up to the plate. Let's have a look at his score. 20 for 14. Just Lowell is out-fragging him. Well, actually, Chiari's got 22, but outscoring him, I should say, therefore. And it just goes to show everyone is chipping in. Everyone is doing work. Again, FM Esports have brought up, got a couple of Galils in the mix. They are on life support as it stands. Wizards feeling good, feeling healthy, feeling strong. Muzambani again in the garage is looking for a pick. RDL behind the red container, just biding his time. But again, FM Esports, they're not going to be rushing. They're not going to be trying to make any big plays happen just yet. They're going to wait right down to the wire. And that's probably going to work against them when you consider that Hughes has 10% HP remaining. That he is
Kyrie gets...
Oh my god.
That spray down, picks up a fourth. Put it in the books. Kyrie's taking this to 14-13. My goodness.
I am speechless. That was ridiculous. And as you said, that's pretty much just nailed it for 14-13 in their favour.
Oh!
Unless RDL pulls off a ridiculous comeback. He's picked up one. He's got 9 hit points remaining. Been flashed, but there's Mason to secure the round win.
Kyrie wanted the ace. He wanted the ace so badly at that point and just chased it. Chased right into the butt of the gun, and ooh man, it's 14-13 though.
Yeah,
and Wizards, they've got the money.
That's what I was basically saying. Chiari proved it, that if you play slow and you have weak members on your team, you're just asking to get sprayed down. And like Chiari just went and did just that as I was making the point. They all lined up for him and he knocked them down.
What are we going to see from FM? Flashes have come out onto A, but no movement yet. It's a lot outside, and Musambani's kind of waiting for the silo play. It is the right call by him, but ooh, he just catches Niels. Niels surely knows he's there, would have spotted him out on the corner of that smoke. But from the side, this is great positioning by Rattlesnake. It was down to pistol for Musambani. Didn't have the time to get that AWP out, but this is a very similar to play to the one that Wizards were using earlier. It's Rattlesnake that's pushing outside, and for the first time in a long time, Wizards were on the back foot, but Mason's going to even that one up.
They are with ease, so going to be rushing down Secret right now. Flippin has 3 players ahead of him. How many can he pick up? The answer is none so far. And he gets taken out there actually from RDL. Very quick aim on top of him, and that could very well open up the B site. Let's have a look. Chiari and Mason starting to go down ramp. There he is, Rattlesnake. Oh, he gets caught from the side. And there's Lowell as well. RDL picks up his second, coming around, gets his third. Doesn't manage to connect the dots for his fourth. And it's now down to a 1 versus 1. Mason with 3, Niels with 0 this round. But he is pushing himself onto this A site. We'll get the bomb down as well on main side. Now peering up towards heaven. Mason has just popped up there. Niels in good position, flashes out. He's going to try and watch his angle. It's going to come down to who has the better aim. It's going to be Niels, just about with 6 HP remaining. Huge plays, huge round. Game well and truly back on, 14-all.
Mason knew exactly how close that was. Asked for the health, 6, and oh my goodness, game on, 14-14, and you know, FM got that early pick, that really nice play, really opened up the sights for FM, and they just had to bide their time at the end of the round and take that one home, and we're into a situation where, you know, Wizards had enough money to buy, but they're playing this slightly differently. Musambani is playing from heaven this time, instead of pushing outside, because now that it's so close, they've got to dig in a little bit. Jumps. Can he get the AWP shot? Gets it through the smoke. Just had enough information. Amazing shot by Musambani. And now FM. Rattlesnake is low. 5 members of Wizards remain. They know that a couple got onto lower. Can they get the bomb down? Oh, Weber gets dropped by Mason. It's a tough spot to be in. It's Niels and RDL that remain. And they've got a lot still to do. The health bars are still pretty full on Wizards. And they have all of the arsenal at their advantage. It's going to be a tough plant.
Be a tough situation for them, especially as Niels has just gone down. So it's all on RDL. He's pulled off some crazy plays, but 5v1, don't like his chances. 30 seconds is also going to be time ticking against him. He fakes out the plant. He will get the first on Mason, but he's got a long way to go. And there's Chiari from the side. Takes him down with a headshot. Wizards move themselves to the all-important 15 rounds. And more importantly here, Stress, have a look at that economy from FM Esports. Looking dire there.
Oh, if there's one round that you really don't want to have to force buy with this little money. In fact, FM... Yeah, okay, they did end up spending their money. It just ticked off. I was like, are you sure you're going to save? No. Okay, this is the one round that FM really wouldn't want to, and it has to be a fast push. Rattlesnake goes into the grenade. This is just a massacre of Wizards just tearing FM down. FM have established control of the bomb, but they have got no control over either site. Only 2 members remain. They've got themselves an AK, though. Niels, oh, that was not the play they wanted. Niels now only the CZ left in hand does make it work for him, but Musambani is going to seal the fate from FM Esports. It was a close one in both maps, but 2-0 is the scoreline.
So close, yet so far. First map 16-13 to Wizards. Second 16-14. And let's say FM Esports, they lost. But considering that 65% of people on CSGO thought that Wizards would win, that was a lot closer than a lot of people gave FM Esports credit for. We do have another game, I believe, coming up, Stress. I think we're going to have the finale, the climax of Fnatic and Mouse playing. If I'm mistaken, do by all means correct me.
We are indeed, and that'll be on Dust 2, Mouse's map, and we'll see